Here we go again. Welcome back. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and guess what? You're watching Open. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking it all out. Our next guest is a publicity strategist, public relations speaker, and the CEO of NetStruc PR LLC. She sits down with us to speak about how she's helping her clients reach their target goals and highlight an important upcoming event. So please welcome to the show, Sharon Leid. Sharon Leid is in the house.
Hey, how you doing, Bob? Thank you so much for having me.
We've been watching you work with people over the years, but now you're sitting in the hot seat.
I'm in the hot seat. I was telling my clients, I said, I'm you this time.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So tell us a little bit about you and what you do with all the clients that you work with under your current company.
Well, I started NetStruc PR in 2015, really as something where as I got laid off. And I pretty much had to figure it out. And I had to bring in income for the family, you know. It was just my husband and I, and so I had to figure it out.
I know what you did. You said, you put the camera on me for a hot second. You said, the heck with it. You rolled up your sleeves, you got in there and started doing your own thing.
Listen, I was doing PR and community engagement for the city of New York for 18 years. I was like, you know what, I might as well put it into strategy for myself. And it just plummethed into something extravagant. And, my whole thing was I wanted to deal with entrepreneurs. Because when I started out, I was an entrepreneur, and I realized the media was not looking at small businesses. They were looking at the big companies. And I knew how to deal with the media with big companies, so I brought it to my clients.
So, but you've been doing this for about 20 some odd years, right?
Yeah, about 20-something years, 18 years for the city of New York. And and now for my own business. So it's a struggle, it's a challenge, but it's really a good feeling.
Yeah, doing your own thing. What? Working your own time.
Working my
But when
own
you work
time.
in your own time and doing your own thing, you got to put in the work.
You got to put in the
And then
work.
you can sit back when you want to, when you think you accomplished what you needed to accomplish to make that happen for that client.
Absolutely.
And these clients have made a lot of money. A lot of them have.
They have, and they got the exposure. So the real thing that I tell my clients is, listen, you got to tell your story. When you tell your story, people gravitate to you, people relate to you. It's not about selling. The profits will come, but you have to let people know and understand what you're doing. Because people don't go off of that like how they used to back in the day. They see something, they see an ad, and it's just like, oh yeah. No, people are very conscious in how they're spending their money. And that's what I do. I allow them to tell their story in a way that, one, the news will be interested, and two, your audience is going to be interested as well.
What are you going to do to intrigue me? What makes you different? What attention getter are you going to use to make me say, take a good look at you and what you're doing, and
with that smile,
and see if it, it touches my life and my circles.
Exactly.
How can you enter into my circle?
And that's what it's about.
How can you become a part of our circle?
Right. That's what it's about. That's what it's really about. When clients come to me, and even when I do free events, when they come to me, they start off with the basics and the nuts and bolts of their business. And I'm like, stop, wait, no. Tell me why. Tell me who you're helping and why you're helping them. And then they pull back. And now the guards are down. Now they're more comfortable in how they're talking about their business. And it's a good feeling when you see the light bulb go off, because they're like, I never thought of it that way. And I'm
like,
help
them move to the next level.
I help them move to the next level.
And who are you talking to?
Exactly.
What are your demographics and what are your psychographics?
Exactly. All of those plays a part.
Yeah.
It plays a part.
Well, I know you've been doing it. I've been watching you.
I know you've been watching me. I appreciate that.
And you have had the opportunity to take on, as part of your client, a number of people. You want to give them a little shout out, or?
I definitely want to give a shout out to one of my clients.
You're not going to get everybody, because once you start naming names,
I know.
You can say, well, you forgot about me.
I know, but I definitely.
But they can go to your website and see all those people.
They can go to my website. They can see exactly who I've worked with. I haven't put everyone on there, but they have seen a lot of my clients that I've worked with, and I just want to give everybody a big shout out. I'm not going to name any names, but I definitely want to give everybody. I always get in trouble when I start naming names. I know I missed somebody, but I think we just put somebody up here. Let's take a look. Oh, yes, Miss Vera Moore, Vera Moore Cosmetics, yes. She's not only a client, but she is a mentor. She mentored me up to this day. And I know she's a very good friend of yours. And when I met Vera, Vera was the one that really pushed me to really come out of my shell in my public relations world. And she's not a publicist, but you would think she is because she literally just gets on media with just a blink of her eye. But
She's not
she's
just
amazing.
a client, she's a president.
I'm just not a client, she's a president, exactly. But she is one of those people that actually pours into you.
Yeah,
And that's what you need. You need someone to pour into you, and that's what I do with my clients. I pour into them.
And she does skincare and a number
She
of other
does
things.
skincare, she does makeup. I mean, that's what I'm wearing right now,
Yeah.
the Vera Moore cosmetic line. But when I mean a down-to-earth person, and she speaks eloquently, and she pours, like I said, she pours into you.
Yeah, yeah.
She definitely does. So I definitely got to give her a shout out because she is one of my mentors.
NetStruc.
Yeah.
Now, you've been doing it for 20 years, but you just started this one, right?
I started NetStruc PR in 2015. Like I said, I got laid off, and I had to figure it out. And it's strange because the name NetStruc actually came from my husband's business. He's in IT. And I started promoting his business, his IT business, for a year. And people knew me as NetStruc. And I figured, all right, how am I going to rebrand this? But it kind of plymmouthed into me continuing doing the work, but doing it in something that I really, really love doing, which is the PR and the community engagement. So I said, you know what, let's do a DBA as NetStruc PR, and let's see how this runs. And there was no skipping a beat.
Now, is he one of your clients also?
My husband?
Yeah.
My husband's always my client.
There you go. Here it is. He's taking pictures. He's a photographer also.
He's a photographer. He's a videographer. I mean, he does it all.
And what's the name of his company?
NetStruc Media.
NetStruc Media. Okay,
Yes.
so you took it and you said, let's work together on this?
Absolutely.
So
We're
now
partners.
it's ours.
It's ours,
Yeah.
yes. So he does all the creatives, he does all the videos, the pictures. When you see my pictures, those are the pictures that he does.
Social media and everything?
He
Website?
does all of it, yes. All
Do
of my
websites?
images, all of my images.
He said, you can come on in if you want. He said, that's up to you.
He's a behind the scenes person, but yes. But when
Good.
he makes me look good. He makes our clients look good.
Yeah.
The videos, everything. So it's a good collaboration with me and my
Beautiful.
husband. Yeah.
Any workshops coming up that we should know about? Where
Yeah.
clients are getting together and they're learning a certain thing?
Absolutely. So I do have a workshop coming up. It's a full-day seminar.
Seminar. Okay.
Yeah, it's a full-day seminar. It's called Put Your Press Foot Forward, the in-person edition. And when people came to me, and told me, they were like, no, put your best foot forward. I said, no, I'm a publicist.
Yeah.
I'm putting you in the media. You got to put your press foot forward. And
Beautiful.
the reason why I wanted
put it down
to,
right here.
put your press foot forward. The reason why I wanted to do this in person, during COVID, I was doing this a lot online. And it's something, it's different when you are actually in person with someone, with a client. And so I got a bunch of experts that's in my circle. We're working with branding.
Some of them are on there right now?
Some of them are actually on. Actually, all of my speakers are on that flyer.
Who are they?
So we have Tony Coleman Brown. So Tony is a good friend of yours, not new to Open. She's doing our email marketing. We have Amelia Fortes, who's doing social media. You can't get burnt out with social media, and she's an expert in that. And then we got to deal with the mental. Your mindset for entrepreneurs, and that's Elliot Allen, and he's a great person in terms of working with individuals for your mental conditioning. And we also have our branding, which is by Brenda Gonzalez. She, Styles by B. And, and obviously I'm doing the media part.
Yeah.
So we're
you got
coming
the whole
together.
Thing covered, right?
That's why it's one day.
Yeah.
That's why it's one day. But the goal of us doing this is to let entrepreneurs know that public relations has many arms. And these are the arms that public relations has. You have to have your right mindset when you're dealing with the media. You have to know how your online footprint looks.
Yeah.
And you have to look the part. You got to look the part.
And your target audience is small businesses?
Small businesses and entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So this is an opportunity that they would be in the room with the experts, live and in person, to get these questions.
Where'd that come from?
So he's one of my so those are my clients. They're actually going to be in the room also because
Did
again,
your husband take these pictures?
my husband
No,
did. Yes, my husband did take those pictures. But we have to make sure that everybody understands what they're coming into. It's a full day of experts pouring into them And they're going to walk away with a blueprint of how they can put their press foot forward.
Yeah. So if you're looking to get into business or you have a small business and you want to take it to the next level,
Absolutely.
you need to be at this.
They need to be
this
at that
location.
seminar, yeah.
When is it? Where is it?
It's April 13th, and it's going to be at the Trip Hotel in Times Square, and it starts at 9 a.m., and we're going to be working straight through until 6 p.m.
The Trip Hotel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't worry about food. Don't worry about, anything. We are covering breakfast
If you said
and
food,
lunch.
I'm coming to eat.
Well,
And then,
it
you know,
would
I
be
can sit
cool.
back and learn.
And that's the whole thing about it. We want to make sure that everybody comes and we take care of everything.
Yeah.
They
Beautiful.
come into the room and we're going to pour knowledge into you.
What should one look for upon seeking a publicist?
So it's funny you say that. When someone is looking for a publicist, I tell them, even when they're consulting with me, do your research. You do your research with everything else, do your research. Because you want to know if that publicist has a network. You want to know what type of clients that publicist works with. If it's someone that doesn't deal with your industry, that publicist is not going to help you at all. So you want to do your research. You want to ask the questions. You want to have a consultation with them. You want to do your due diligence before you actually jump into, I say bed because it's a personal relationship that what we're working with.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you want to make sure that that publicist has a network. You want to make sure that publicist has a track record in getting into the media. It's not only social media. It is media, it's social media, it's networking, it's a host of other tools that what a publicist can use. Because let's say if a media platform says no, you have to have another opportunity for them.
And that social media also includes a relationship.
Yeah.
And you get that relationship from the original social media, being out in public, looking somebody in the eye.
Exactly.
Just the
It's all about the
contact
personal
and,
part.
Yeah, and the relationship that you build with corporations and people.
That's why networking is important.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a client,
Absolutely.
she said, I don't want to go out. I was like, I'm sorry, we're going to do this. I'll get you over your fare, but we will be going out networking.
And it's all on your website. What is it?
It's all
What's
on
the
my website, NetStrucPR.com.
Thank you. Sharon Leid, CEO, Publicity Strategist, NetStruc PR LLC.
Thank you.
Not the .com.
Thank you so much, Bob.
All right. We'll take a break. I've got more. Hey, we're wide open. Here we go.